It's never easy to stand up to the British tabloids. That's what Prince Harry is doing, and he looks like he's starting to win his fight back. Let's have a look at this from AP News. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here. Prince Harry, his war with the British tabloids is much more into the swing. And we're going to cover this from AP News, because what a better place to do it than away from actually hearing it from a biased point of view, where we get it from an unbiased point of view. And I think this is a very important one to help us paint the British tabloids for what they are. Because, as I said, it's always nice to hear it from an outside perspective. So, UK tabloid group admits it is unlawfully gathered info on Prince Harry. So some of you guys may be aware of phone hacking scandals that have taken place in the United Kingdom. The publisher of British tabloid The Daily Mirror has acknowledged and apologised for unlawfully gathering information about Prince Harry in its reporting, and said it warrants compensation at the outset of the Prince's first phone hacking trial on Wednesday. The admission was made in a court filing outlining Mirror's group's newspaper's defence. The group continued to deny that it hacked phones to intercept voicemail messages, and said that Harry and 3 less well-known celebrities brought their claims beyond a time limit. But it acknowledged that there was some evidence of the instruction of third parties to engage in other types of UIG, unlawful information gathering, in respect of each of these claimants, which includes the Duke of Sussex. It said that this warrants compensation, but didn't spell out what form that it might take. This is not obviously the best time for the Daily Mirror, considering we want them to do well in their campaign to help push Labour when it comes to general election. Well, the fact of the matter is that they have pretty much, they're part of this. I mean, obviously they deny that they've done the phone hacking, but they have admitted to making mistakes. And obviously other celebrities have been caught in the crossfires too. We remember the so-called News of the World, when they made some humongous, humiliating phone hackings, which is what led to their demise. We obviously know that there's going to be a massive case at some point in the future against the Daily Mail, because a group of celebrities have come together to take on the Daily Mail as well, because the Daily Mail and the News of the World are kind of in hand when they depart. The Sun, obviously, part of the Murdoch empire, shall we say, Rupert Murdoch empire, I believe. But it's still British tabloid. Being a part of this is very damaging, to say the least. MGN unreservedly apologises for all such instances of UIG and assures us that the claimant that such conduct will never be repeated, the court papers said. The publisher said its apology was not a tactical move to reduce damages, but was done because such conduct should never have occurred. Well, if it should never have occurred, why did it occur? Whose fault was it? Are you going to say that? No, of course you're not. The trial is Harry's opening salvo in his legal battle case against the British press. Harry and other celebrities are suing the former publisher of the Daily Mirror for alleged invasion of privacy. The case is the first of the Duke's 3 phone hacking lawsuits, and threatens to do something he said that his family have long feared: put a royal on a witness stand to discuss embarrassing revelations. That would not be a good look for the royal family, that's for sure. The activities in question stretch back to more than 2 decades, when journalists and private eye intercepted voicemails to snoop on members of a royal family, politicians, athletes, celebrities, and even crime victims. A scandal erupted when the hacking was revealed. Like I said, the phone hacking scandal. Harry is expected to testify in person in June, his lawyers has said. It won't be the first time in a high court, following his surprise appearance last month to observe most of the 4-day hearing in one of his other lawsuits. He did not show up for the opening statement of the trial. Harry breezed through London for Saturday's coronation of his father, King Charles III before leaving immediately after the ceremony to fly back to California to be with his family for his son's birthday. The Prince has waged a war against British papers in legal claims, and in his best-selling memoir Spare, vowing to make his life mission reforming the media that he blames for the death of his mother, Princess Diana. She died in a car wreck in Paris in 1999 while trying to evade the paparazzi. Yeah, it's yeah, he's never forgiven the British media for it, this is the first of many battles, as I've said, for him. Harry is also suing the publisher of the Daily Mail and The Sun over the phone hacking scandal that mesmerised after a year-long inquiry into press ethics in 2011 revealed that employees and the now defunded News of the World tabloid eavesdropped on mobile phone voicemails. Yeah, this is the one I was speaking about earlier. Harry has outlined his grievances against the media in court papers, saying the press hounded him since his earliest days and created a narrative that portrayed him as the ficko, the cheat, the underage drinker. His relationship with girlfriends were wrecked by the entire tabloid press as a third party. Looking back on it now, such behaviour on their part is utterly viable, he said in a witness statement in a similar case. Look, I'm going to make this point here before I go any further. Like, there is a side that people argue that Prince Harry, you know, he got be put into this privileged life and he should be grateful for it. And then there's the part where people say, well, isn't he entitled to be whatever he wants to be? And my answer is this: you know, you should be entitled to do whatever you want. Yes, he was very fortunate to be born in that life. Don't get me wrong, and I'm sure he feels that way, feels very privileged too. But at the same time, he's still a human being, just like emotions and feelings. He makes mistakes just like us. Everybody makes mistakes, everybody does good things, everybody does bad things. But the press have made him a martyr. They've made him and this whole thing with him and Meghan Markle, I don't like to talk about the royals and all that kind of stuff. It's not my thing. But what we're talking about here is a man who has essentially been hounded out of the royal family by the press, who he believes that are the reason why his mother died, and he strongly feels this way, and that's why you'd like to think that there will be a better connection between Harry and the rest of the royal family, just from a human aspect, but he's perfectly entitled to make this battle. You don't have to agree with him, but he's been hounded consistently by the British press. Consistently. And people think, and some people really need to just stop and think and remember that behind this all is a human being, just like you and I. It's important to remember that. He lost his mother. And anyone who's listening to this, have any idea what that's like? I can't imagine what that must feel like, to have that on your conscience, to have lost your mother at such a young age. It's a horrible, horrible feeling. His lawsuit could further foil family relations that have been strained since Harry and his wife Meghan left the royal life in 2020 and moved to the United States after complaining about racist attitudes from the British press. Mirror Group newspapers and other publishers have primarily defended themselves by asserting that Harry failed to bring his case within a 6-year time limit. The Duke's lawyers argued that an explanation should be applied because publishers actively conceal their skullduggery. In a stunning revelation last month that dreaded up an embarrassing chapter in his father's life, Harry blamed his delay in bringing suit in part on his family. He asserted that he was barred from bringing a case against The Sun and other newspapers owned by media magnate Marmalade Rupert Murdoch because of his secret agreement, allegedly approved by Queen Elizabeth II, that called to reach a private settlement and getting an apology. The reason for this was to avoid the situation where a member of the royal family would have to sit in the witness box and recount the specific details of the private and highly sensitive voicemails that had been intercepted, Harry said in a witness statement against the group's papers. The institution was incredibly nervous about this and wanted to avoid at all costs the sort of reputational damage that it had suffered in 1993, he said, alluding to a transcript of leaked recordings published in the Sunday Mirror, an intimate conversation his father, then Prince of Wales, and his Palomar, now Queen Camilla, in which he compared himself to a tampon. Harry said his brother Prince William had quietly settled his own hacking claims with the news group for a huge sum of money in 2020. He also claimed his father had directed palace staff to order him to drop his litigation because it was bad for the family. Yeah. His brother basically essentially took the hit and just like tried to brush it off, as opposed to Harry. Harry couldn't. He couldn't take it. You know, yeah, well, William could take it. Good for him. Harry couldn't. Murdoch's company denied there was a secret agreement and wouldn't comment on the alleged statement. The palace hasn't responded to requests for comments. Why would they? Harry's alleged that reporters at the Sunday Mirror, Daily Mirror, Sunday Mirror and Sunday People used illegal methods to gather material from his family and friends for nearly 150 articles. The newspaper said it was wrong about how its reporters got information, saying they used legal methods for many articles. In 2015, publishers of the Mirror printed a front-page apology for phone hacking and tripled its funds to £12 million to compensate victims. Mirror Group said more than 600 of the 830 claims had been settled. Of the remaining 104 cases, 86 were brought too late to be litigated, it said in the court papers. Where historical wrongdoing has taken place, we have made admissions, take full responsibility and apologise unreservedly, a spokesperson for the Mirror Group newspaper said of the trial. But we will vigorously defend against allegations of wrongdoing where our journalists acted lawfully. The lawsuits were combined in a test group that could determine the outcome of the hacking claims made against Mirror Group by former Girls Aloud member Cheryl, the estate of the late singer George Michael, and former soccer player Ian Wright. This is not going to be the last that we're going to hear of Prince Harry, and this is not going to be the last we're going to hear of celebrities taking on the British media, as you guys are aware. Personally, I think the British media should just leave Harry alone. That's what I just think it is in the best interest, but they can't do that, obviously. I just think it's just sad that it has to come to this, and that, you know, Harry just wants to be happy at this point, but he can't because he's constantly being haunted. The argument, obviously, as well, is that we're still, I think I could be wrong on this, but I believe that people are arguing that we're still paying some kind of taxpayers' money towards Harry and Meghan. I don't think that is the case. You know, and people will also point out, well, his brother took it all. What's the difference? You know, they're trying to keep this image in the royal family that everything is perfect, but that image has slowly creeping away, and since the Queen died, and obviously what happened at the coronation with regards to protest, you know that image is slowly going to fade. Yes, at the moment, yes, there's still a lot of people who are, to say the vast majority of people are against the monarchy is not true. More and more people are growing. There are more people growing against it, but I think there's still a long way to go. What do you guys think of this battle between Prince Harry and the British media? What do you think Harry's right to take them on? And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm curious to hear what you guys think as well. I think Harry's doing the right thing, in my opinion, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Like, share and subscribe as always. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to hear from you guys very, very soon.